Burkinabé-resistant Ibrahim Maïga in mortal danger from the USA. Alassane Ouattara has decided his fate. Part 1. A fatwa has been issued against Ibrahim Maïga, the American-Burkinabé activist and whistleblower who has shaken the powerful. And this is serious, very serious. Perhaps Maïga has caught wind of the schemes being prepared against him, but Chris Yapi is convinced he does not fully grasp the cruelty or imminence of the threat. I urge all my followers who know him to forward this exclusive investigation to him. For the first time, I will reveal the inner workings and details of a homo operation, a covert state-sponsored assassination. In intelligence terms, a homo operation, short for homicide, refers to a secret mission to physically eliminate an individual deemed a threat to national security or strategic interests. In this case, the target is Ibrahim Maïga, to be eliminated by any means necessary and wherever possible. Such an operation, because of its criminal nature, being the assassination of someone outside any legal framework, requires political authorization at the highest level of the state, typically from the President of the Republic. In this particular case, it's not just about silencing a citizen. It's about eliminating someone the Ivorian government considers a state enemy. This operation is being directly managed by Alassane Ouattara himself. To execute this international assassination, Ouattara has formed a small team: Alassane Ouattara himself, his younger brother Ibrahim Ouattara, Intelligence Chief Vassariki Traoré, General Bakary Diarra, and Colonel Dozo Koni Zakaria. Who is the man Alassane Ouattara wants dead at all costs? Ibrahim Maïga, born December 31, 1984, in Burkina Faso, is a former journalist who created and directed Sahel Info. For years, he exposed corruption and mismanagement under Blaise Compaorés' regime. Facing threats, he sought political asylum in the United States. He specialized in political science and international relations and earned a degree in cybersecurity. Maïga later transitioned into business after resigning from the U.S. Treasury. His exact whereabouts in the U.S. remain undisclosed for security reasons. In his American exile, Maïga maintained a close watch on his homeland. He frequently criticized the regime of Roch Kabore and exposed numerous scandals, often through the release of sensitive documents. For instance, he revealed corruption in a contract to modernize helicopters for the Burkinabé military while soldiers were dying on the battlefield, facing better armed terrorists. He also exposed logistical failures that led to the massacre of gendarmerie units in Ennahda, who were left without weapons, ammunition, or food for months despite repeated requests. A renowned whistleblower. Maïga is a highly influential figure in Burkina Faso and across Africa. Over 1 million followers on Facebook. More than 178,627 subscribers on Telegram. Over 104,000 followers on X, formerly Twitter. When foreign-backed actors, including those from Côte d'Ivoire and France, attempted to destabilize Burkina Faso after the Barcelogo massacre, Maïga created the Rapid Communication Intervention Battalions, ppa-ci. Their coordinated efforts on social media thwarted these destabilization attempts and publicly named Burkina Faso's enemies. Alassane Ouattara and his inner circle, who have sworn to bring down Captain Ibrahim Traoré, are among those Maïga regularly denounces. This made silencing him a top priority. From carrots to bullets, a failed strategy. Someone who sat at the same table as me, not so long ago, is the one who is going to come and say that he is Minister of Defense and he is going to ask what Turkey stops supplying us with weapons. Ibrahim Ouattara and me, if we run for elections, not in Burkina, Niger, or Mali, but in Côte d'Ivoire, I will win. If Ibrahim Ouattara and I run for elections tomorrow in Côte d'Ivoire, I will win these elections. People don't follow us because they are sheep. We are the voice of the people. We speak on your behalf and I want you to confirm it from this evening onwards. Don't be lazy. Don't let them distract us. The connection is expensive, we were promised this or that. We think beyond that. What life? No life is expensive because we are at war. People have already agreed to die for this cause. If people have already agreed to die, to leave their wives and children, you are afraid of the high cost of living, you are still alive while we have a fight to finish. Do you have to be afraid of anything? We just ask for dignity for our own. And whoever thinks he can prevent us from reaching that stage, all he has to do is go and be reborn. I only fear people who were born to two mothers. If you weren't born to two mothers, don't even try to scare me. Because Alassane Ouattara is too insignificant. Macron is too insignificant. Let's not talk about the eccentrics who are nearby, like the leader of the Ivorian rebellion, who calls himself chief of staff. He doesn't control anything at all. And it was the Ivorian army that he insulted him this evening. Share as much as possible, I want him to see that. It was the Ivorian army that he insulted. It was not us who insulted him. You think we're afraid of you. You negotiate with terrorists to have peace on your own soil. Bandits like Ben Mokhtar Maulaud, who are direct collaborators of Al-Qaeda, who become your arms suppliers. You think they are going to provide you with weapons that will fight these people tomorrow. The pride and arrogance that you are showing, we showed it yesterday. Diendérine Blaise Compaoré, when Mali was attacked yesterday, Djibril Bassolé and others came out to make the same speeches, to say that we control our country, etc. Even though they were compromises. Who did it catch up with? It was the people that it caught up with, not them. They fled. Djibril took his underwear to take refuge in Paris. I went to Paris. Every time I went to Paris, Djibril came to see me. When Captain Traoré arrived, he was so open-minded that he even spoke to Djibril. Little bandits like the Alpha Berry, who are in Abidjan, who think they are men, who try to carry out schemes here and there against us. When Captain Traoré came to power, he called me during the day at least 20 times. There are living witnesses. I stopped picking up his calls the day I discovered he was recording conversations, because a man with all his brains, a man who wants to be respected, doesn't record conversations. He has conversations that he has already recorded, he just needs to publish them. Alpha Berry begged himself. He came out on television to say that he had been in contact with Captain Traoré. Newton Hamid Berry called me every hour on the day of the coup. When the French embassy was about to be attacked, he called me to ask that we protect the embassy. I called young people I know who are in the army given the cacophony, and that it was a coup d'état. But these young people who had nothing to do with the coup d'état went to protect the diplomatic influence of France. I consider, as a matter of principle, that we should never attack the diplomatic influence of other countries, whatever the case. The seriousness of the situation. However, I didn't come out to talk about that. After that, when there was the situation of food delivery to Djibo, who did Newton send messages to? The messages are still there. He sent messages to me. He did not send them to Captain Traoré. People who say they are being hunted, Aziz Diallo, and others, those who say we want to kidnap their families. On the first day of the coup, it was Aziz Diallo who contacted me. Because of the respect I have for his dad's memory, he contacted me. Through me, he spoke with people to explain to them that he was the intermediary between the terrorists and a mine, and that there was money that this mine had to give to the terrorists so that they would not attack their convoys. But Captain Traoré listened to him and made it clear that he would not pay anything to anyone. He told him that if they want, let them go and try to attack, let them try their luck. On the other hand, if they fail, they will pay dearly. A few days later, the mine was attacked. These are examples, I'm not saying everything. I'll reserve the rest for later. Tonight they pissed me off so much that I have to speak. We talk, we sit, we look at them. These are people who behave like revolutionaries, but what revolution? Chris Yapi does not lie. Find Chris Yapi on his 2 YouTube channels, his Rumble channel, his TikTok, X, Instagram, VK and Threads accounts.